it's too crazy. I went to the airport. And they were, we're on orange alert. We're on orange alert. I said, good. I'm on white alert, and I'm not getting off it. I'm watching white folks. White folks told me I couldn't eat at Denny's. That a bitch telling a nigga where to eat.
Killing day with jumbo, order the jumbo shrimp with a pimp, red lobster, you got a milk biscuits. I'm proud, Joe Jackson, somewhere in between red green getting lifted up. Half the planet when the sun gets eclipsed. Shit, I'm Steve Harvey at the African Day Parade, entertain the rain potatoes on place, faith against the rain. Black Jews screaming on New York Avenue. I'm blacker than black people's desire for new shoes. You couldn't catch them if you was the arms to new. In fact, I'm blacker than running numbers. Souls on the cruise and patting the bells, giving church names and blues. The fuck's blacker than that? Came out the womb on Halloween with an infinity of certain black cats. That's virginity clearer. Walk barefoot on the ladder to the house, the broken mirror spirit into what I am. Space time continuum. At the minimum math and helium gas slash. Power with your hologram trash. I totally get why you feel me. Cause of what existed before the Big Bang Theory.
So, in committing this offense against this child, did it result in arousal for you? Okay, so I'm trying to understand the hypersexuality part of your reason for committing the crime. So you would violate a child and not get gratification? So then why were you doing it?
He don't have no answer. He ain't getting out. That was parole hearings. That was out of Connecticut. Stinking ass pedophile. He shouldn't go nowhere. Back to the episode, y'all.
And so tell us what you did to this victim.
We had sexual encounters. There was never any penetration, but there were other types of sexual engagement.
And how old was your victim?
She was, when this first started, she was in 16, 17.
Fucking piece of shit. Pedophile guy. He is not getting out. That was out of Connecticut as well. All right, y'all. It's crime time, y'all. This is DVJ reporting. So this one's out of Florida. This white dude, bald head dude. Dude's calling this cop the N-word, and the cop ain't even black. And the cop ain't having it though. So let's see what happens. This one's out of Florida, y'all.
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Preston. Hi, I need a police escort. I'm trying to get some of my possessions out of my house, and we pulled up to get it in
Jacksonville, Florida.
Sorry, he started being violent, like, as soon as we pulled up, and so I just need a police escort so I can get some of my possessions out. Sure. What's the address?
Hey, fuck you, nigga.
This white dude came running out the house and he's beating the police car up with something.
Come on, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You just ran dude over with the police cruiser. Oh. He shot him. Ooh. Peace and blessings, y'all. It's Monday night. Let's kick this episode off. This episode number 2 with some Miles Davis. Alright, y'all? I'm gonna let it play for about a minute. So if you're not interested in jazz music, fast forward about 60 seconds. Alright, y'all. Enjoy this evening's episode. Or whatever time or day it is that you're listening. We appreciate it. Go grab me a cigarette.
Now, what we call leaders are spokespersons. I am a spokesperson. What is a black spokesperson? A person who speaks. In other words, here's a mic, here's a podium, I walk around up here, and I stand here, and I speak. I don't produce anything. The clothes that I'm wearing and whatnot, they have a source. You know where it is. Okay? So I'm just a spokesperson. And there are a lot of people who wear the tag of leader just because they are speaking. You see them on TV all the time. They are spokespersons. What's the requirement of a leader? First of all, you got to be able to protect your followers. I don't know of any black person on earth that can do that.
Because since white supremacy is a system that dominates everything that non-white people do 24 hours a day in every area of activity, not just in some. It's not a partial thing. That's why it's supreme. That's why you call it white supremacy. If it was partial, you couldn't call it supreme because it means they left something out. So I came up with the 9 areas of activity that would cover what everybody is doing each and every minute of each and every day in one or more of these areas of activity. And I just came up with an orchestrated way of expressing it, and I call those 9 areas economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war.
The great Neely Fuller Jr., y'all. For all Munch. And Lloyd Banks, y'all.
Frosting, sugar cane Olsen, frosting, right and the money's on the bullshit they hating. But I don't pay them no mind. What I got, I turn it big and no pork rind. They probably mad cause they renting and I bought mine. In the truck sitting high in the New York crowd. The fans know what's up. Shorty show me love. They don't need a hot bomb, they want it on me drop. 150 1 I'll see it on me. I come down, never nation if you want to. Get out, come through. Break it down till I touch that spot. Wish I hop up on it. Baby, my performance. I'm ready to give everything you got. I'm fresh off the college. And I'm on ya. I'm already on ya. I'm that secretary you hide in the mezzanine, nosebleed. Methamphetamine, cocaine, Western grade, solely lean. If you holding up the wall, you know what I mean. From Mississippi fiend, watch women in Lululemon, female genetics, study girls and jeans. Violent with the double entendres, the weed racket, I strike the arms, hit ganja. Then color up before I drink Mary's blood, regurgitating phrases and raise the murder rate in the club.
So check this out, y'all. Jewish communities have received reparations primarily in relation to the Holocaust, both historically and into the present day. Here's a breakdown of then and now. Because I looked to see, because I heard like the Jewish people are still getting reparations today. You know, from back then, from the Holocaust stuff. And because I looked to see, like, have they, like, straight up got reparations for the Holocaust, and are they still getting them today? You know, from that source way back in the day.
Who are they getting them from? Germany?
Yes.
Okay.
So, here's a breakdown. So then, post-Holocaust reparations. Germany's reparations to Israel and Holocaust survivors. Luxembourg Agreement in 1952, West Germany agreed to pay reparations to Holocaust survivors and to the state of Israel, which had taken in many displaced Jews. Excuse me, I don't like to cigarette up. So the amount initially was $845 million, which equals to about $9 billion today. Excuse me, y'all. So the purpose of this was compensation for suffering, forced labor, and confiscated property, resettling survivors in Israel, direct payments to individuals. The Conference on Jewish Material Claims against Germany was established in 1951 to negotiate compensation and distribute funds. The compensations included monthly pensions for survivors, one-time payments, and restitution for stolen property. So damn, if they're getting restitution for stolen property, black people should be getting restitution for getting their body stolen. We were literally stolen.
Right.
Now the reparations up to date, and I got more information. I was just giving y'all the condensed information of, but we're gonna dive a little deeper into this. But I just wanted to get this going. So as far as now, so they're saying there's ongoing reparations and developments, annual compensation. So there's people that are getting reparations every single year. So as of 2024, Germany continues to pay pensions to over 240,000 Holocaust survivors worldwide, many elderly and in need. The amounts vary based on need, location, and survivor status. Home care stipends and emergency assistance are included. Expansion of eligibility. They're saying in recent years, eligibility has been expanded to more child survivors, Jews from North Africa and Middle East under Nazi occupation, survivors in Eastern Europe who had not been eligible for are becoming eligible now. Other countries' efforts. France. Paid restitution for deportation of Jews on French trains. Austria and Switzerland both created compensation funds for looted property and forced labor. Holocaust education and memorials. Reparations aren't only financial. Funds also go to education, memorials, and preservation of Holocaust history. Germany, Austria, and others fund museums and educational initiatives globally as well. So some of the key points about Jewish reparations are one of the most extensive and sustained reparation efforts in history, involving international agreements, individual compensation, and restitution. Reparations have continued for over 70 years and are still evolving. Those are present-day words, y'all, still, and all that. These efforts are often held up as a model, or at least a precedent, when discussing reparations for other groups, including African Americans and indigenous people. Yep, we'll do more of a dive, y'all. We're going to get some more information together, but I just wanted to get this going. So if Jewish people can get reparations, why can't black people? Now, I ain't saying the Holocaust wasn't fucked up, because it was. No one can say that it wasn't. And I don't want to compare the two, but it wasn't as bad as slavery.
Because Germany did the right thing.
Well, they did the wrong thing, and then they cleaned it up.
Right.
They're like, we still hate you, but we're gonna just pay you back because we did fuck y'all up.
Well, I mean, once they got rid of Hitler.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, that was fucked up, and you need to be compensated for that.
Because the West, they didn't like the East Berlins. It was the West that were keeping the East Berlin. That's what the wall thing was about. The West didn't want the East people coming into their territory. Kind of how it is here, like in America, like the poor don't want to have nothing to do with the rich don't want to have nothing to do with the poor.
Right.
They'll say, oh, they'll help a dog out before they give a black person $5 on the street. Or they'll sit there and ask you what you need it for. What you think, though, baby?
I mean, I don't understand why the United States doesn't give reparations.
Because they don't respect black people.
Well, I know
you know that. But you're asking, like, I know what you're saying.
But, what's their reasoning? Like, what's the reasoning they would give publicly, I should say?
Good one, baby.
Right?
Yeah. What's the made-up one they give publicly? Because if they were just wanted to be if they had the nuts to be brutally honest, they would say they just don't care and don't respect black people.
Like, well, Germany did it for the Jews, and the surrounding countries did it, for this, that, and the other thing. So, like, why can't we?
Exactly. It's a super valid question. And we all know the answer, like, the elephant in the room is that they just don't respect black, and they're going to always throw that, we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps. Look, I got a job. Look, I bought a house. Why can't you blacks? Well, maybe because the white person that's giving out the fucking mortgage ain't going to give us one, because the name says Jamal Atkinson, Jamal Johnson. Well, Leroy Wilkins. It doesn't say Timothy. What's up?
O'Connell.
Timothy O'Connell, yeah. Don't say Timothy O'Connell. It's not an Irish name. The Irish people were getting shitted on too, weren't they, back in the day?
Yeah.
They got treated like shit too. By the white man. By their counterparts. And for people that are getting mad, they're talking about, why is he always talking about race? Well, white people made it a thing when they started slaughtering, raping us, and stealing us and shit. They started all this stuff.
Right.
We didn't ask to be stole and fed to alligators and told we can only drink out of this bubbler and can't use that one. We didn't ask to not be educated and not learn how to read, and we had to sneak around at night and fucking try to talk to each other slaves and try to learn and read. We didn't ask to have to take all the scraps and shit from the bullshit you made us make and turn it into food that we eat now today. We didn't ask for none of that. We didn't ask to be tied to horses. And then you freak the horse out and they go all in different directions, and then all the slave's body gets ripped all apart. We didn't ask for that. You guys started all that. No one asked. Mexicans didn't ask for you to come all the way from Europe and steal their land. I think I'm pretty accurate, right?
So technically, shouldn't it be Europe that pays reparations to African Americans because they brought them here?
Them and America should split the cost.
Right.
Because America has kept up the bullshit.
Right. Like they kept the tradition going.
Right, they kept it going, so they both need to huddle up and get that money squared away for us. Y'all can give me some land. A 7, what's the best credit score you can have?
Like an 800.
No taxes. You know. That's the thing though, like with the reparations, like would they give us all the same thing, or would like I heard that Governor Westmore voted, he like vetoed. I got to read more into it, so they were saying something about he vetoed a bill or something, like saying no for reparations or some shit like that. I gotta believe there's something into that.
Sometimes they vote no when they want to vote yes because they already know that it's dead in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like...
But the headline's going to be, dude don't want reparations.
Right, but I've heard that some of them, when they know a bill or whatever is dead already, that they just vote no.
You know, I want to do some more digging into that because he's one of my top choices, but if he's not for reparations, I can't fuck with him.
Right.
Sorry.
And like reparations.
Because you can still vote yes.
Yeah.
Even if it ain't in the past, you can say vote yes, and that's your statement. You want reparations. So I'm just saying, if he's one of my candidates right now, but if he's saying no to that,
and reparations,
then I have an issue with that.
Like housing grants, college grants,
right. It's not
small
just
business grant. You know, like
people think money right away when you hear reparations.
You don't have to just give them a check every year. You know, you can give people other things to improve their life.
Yeah, because there is like this debate whenever that conversation with reparations comes up. Some people are like, yeah, well, don't just give people money. And some people are like, yeah, like, I think it all depends on the individual and how, you know what I mean? Some people are good with money, some people aren't.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if it would be, well, I mean, everything would be individualized because everyone's situation is different. Like, what happens if you have someone black that's a billionaire?
Well,
they should still get something.
They're still owed something.
They should still get some, but they shouldn't get as much as someone that's pouring down and out and that don't have nothing.
I don't know. We'd have to look into how they do it for.
That's how they would have to do it.
You know how they do it for other people.
Yeah. Because but like even the billionaire would have to get something, even if it's not money. Like they would have to get something because they're descendants of slaves too.
Right.
So like all of us have to get something.
Would you have to prove that?
Hell no. All you have to do is just prove that you got African American blood in you, and that should be it. There should be no other fucking bullshit barrier. And that's the thing with that. They would try to create stuff to where people wouldn't be eligible.
Right.
Somehow.
I mean, I guess you'd have to look at...
You can't have white people making up the rules either.
Right.
That's first off.
You'd have to look at the template for how they give Jews reparations. See what's the criteria to qualify, is there, genetic testing involved, shit like that. Because you'd have somebody try and scam it.
Yeah.
So.
It'd be somebody white.
Like that one.
And I got a percentage of black.
But that one lady professor that said that, like, she's white, but she
was really black?
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one.
I can't think of her name. It starts with a D, but like she identified as black.
Mm-hmm.
And so she passed herself off as black because she did have naturally curly hair.
Remember the movie Soul Man?
Yeah.
That was on the list of, there was some racial, oh, well, because dude was dressing up in blackface.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why it was some bullshit. Ooh, that's a cute dog. We're rolling up North Avenue, y'all. Always had some errands to go run. We got the car wash, cleaned the inside a little bit. Stopped and got cigarettes. Yep, clean the windows now. And that's it. Yeah, it's a lot of, I don't know about whatever city y'all are in or whatever, but we have a lot of like those Delta
8.
Like those Delta 8 stores and stuff like that sell that fake weed in them. That's what I call it, fake weed. I feel like a lot of those places were trying to set up to get the dispensary going.
Right.
Because there were rumblings and conversation about weed being legal here, but it's not happening.
And they have the licensing then, so then when it becomes legal, they already have a store.
Exactly.
So they'll have a leg up.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. All right, y'all. But yeah, we're going to read some more information on that. Because I just thought that was pretty interesting. $845 million. So yeah, they were compensated for suffering, forced labor, and confiscated property, resettling survivors in Israel. Black people went through all those things and more. You know, so... Yeah, but it's a respect issue. That's all that is. That's why, you know. And that's why I continue to say, that's why you don't hear white people complaining about the Holocaust all like that. Like you hear black people still talking about slavery and all that. That's because we haven't been made whole from it yet. The Jewish community, for the most part, has bounced back financially, for the most part. That's why they don't need to bitch and complain about the shit, because their community is strong. They own a ton of shit in this country, a lot of stuff. They own a lot of things. A lot of them own a lot of the law firms and the music industry stuff and entertainment. So.
There's a spot in front of me.
Yeah, because we got to head out again, maybe. Yeah, we're going to go in, and then we're going to go up, and then we're just going to park in front here so we can go up and bring Chewy out. All right, y'all. Back to the episode.
So European nationals have been subject to ICE enforcement actions in the United States, but at a significantly lower rate compared to immigrants from Latin America, Africa, and Asia. Data from Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse at Syracuse University illustrates this disparity. So total ICE detainers issued, and then they got the, by country. So from Germany, 538, France, 300, Italy, 262, United Kingdom, 252, Ireland, 111, Poland, 1,265, Romania, 1,184, Russia, 1,055, Ukraine, 1,020, Mexico, a whopping 296,312, Guatemala, 50,695. You notice how the numbers are higher when it's somebody brown, from a brown country. Honduras, 46,147, El Salvador, 40,892. These stats indicate that while European nationals are not entirely exempt from ICE enforcement, they are less frequently targeted compared to immigrants from certain other regions. This disparity may be influenced by factors such as visa overstay rates, community visibility, and historical enforcement patterns. For instance, in 2017, 74% of immigrants arrested by ICE had prior criminal convictions, a significant increase from 2009, when the majority, 61% of those arrested, had no prior convictions. Let's see. Oh, that's that loose ends in the background, too, y'all. European immigrant communities in the United States have historically not been targeted by or raided by ICE immigration and customs enforcement to the same extent or in the same racialized way as Latinx, African, or Asian immigrant groups. Irish immigrants, Irish nationals, are among the undocumented European immigrants in the United States, with estimates suggesting tens of thousands live without legal status. While Irish community leaders have expressed concern over deportations, they are rarely subjected to workplace raids or large-scale enforcement actions. And in 2017, an Irish man named John Cunningham, who overstayed his visa, was detained by ICE in Boston, drawing significant attention and prompting outcry from the Irish American groups. But this was a notable exception, not the norm. Eastern European communities, Polish, Ukrainian, and Russian immigrants have had individuals detained or deported, particularly those with expired visa or criminal records, but not often through sweeping ICE raids in their neighborhoods or communities. One rare example includes some Russian and Ukrainian nationals being detained for immigration violations during federal investigations into fraud rings, marriage fraud, or document fraud. Post-2014, Ukrainian immigrants face some scrutiny related to asylum claims, especially during the shifting political tensions. Visa overstayers from Western Europe, British, German, French, and other Western European nationals sometimes overstay visas, but enforcement has not focused on them via raids. These individuals are more likely to be detained at points of entry or flagged during administrative checks rather than through aggressive enforcement. So what's the key difference? ICE enforcement has disproportionately impacted black and brown immigrant communities due to targeting of industries employing large Latinx labor forces, meat packing, agriculture, etc., racial profiling, and community-based raids. More visible undocumented populations in Latinx communities due to systemic inequities, and historical migration flows. So y'all notice how all the white countries, the white people countries, they have the lower number of total ICE detainers issued. Germany only had 538, France 300, compared to, Mexico 296,312, Guatemala 50,000, come on. You see on that new, be careful. You see on that new affordable house sign over there? Mm-hmm. It's all fucking white people on it.
Oh, I did not see that.
They want to give the what's that called? The illusion. The appearance that it's going to be all white people moving in. And maybe it is. They'll get to check the applications first anyway. CVS. White Folks Bay. White Folks Bay. Grab a little carpet in the basket. Oh, I think they're out there. Shoestrings. I need some shoestrings. They used to sell shoestrings at grocery stores and shit like that. I haven't been able to locate them. They must have stopped doing that.
My sister a year later let me gather my thoughts. By the time I was 9, I was out of my mind. A step popped in like he beat me out of my mind.
We're at CVS, White Folks Bay.
No. Maybe back here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. You know what I think? What I'm beginning to truly believe? That for the most part, people don't like each other. I'm going to take race out of it for a minute. I think just in general, people don't want to be bothered with other people.
Yeah.
It's feeling like that out here nowadays. But when it comes to election time and all that, that's when the sides, take sides with each other.
Yeah.
Because it's like team time, like black team versus white team. But this year, this election was a little different because you had enough black and brown people that jumped over to the white team. And that's why we're in this position. Because I'm sick of them asking, well, what did the Democrats do wrong? They didn't do nothing wrong. White people just couldn't get on board and voting for a black woman. That's what happened. Let's cut all the bullshit out. Let's cut all the bullshit out. Just stop going all the way around the block 3 times to get next door. That's what happened. Yeah, we get Marley a couple cans of shred. That's what happened, y'all. It's not that fucking difficult. Shit. And it's been like that 46 times. So it is about race. It's about race. Well, they got doggy beds. I wonder how much these are. Just for shits and giggles. It wouldn't be smart to get an all-black pet bed, especially if you have a dog that has, like, light hair or whatever. It's going to be all over it. It's going to shit this.
I think the
For the shoestring?
Because I thought this would be usually where you see them.
Mm-hmm. Having difficulty finding a shoestring. It almost feels like it's to the point where you either got to go to Walmart or order them, or Target or something like that. Wait. Oh! I found some. I think, are these shoes? But they're white. I need black. Is this a shoestring? These are laces.
Yeah.
Got
laces.
got
36 inches.
36 inches? That might be long enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last pair, too. Well, they have one. They have a white pair, but I don't need white. Candle. We've been looking for candles. They've been shitty as hell. Who is that on? Is that Cheryl? Is that Cheryl Crow? Shout out Cheryl Crow, though. That ain't Cheryl Crow, baby? Sounds like her. Oh, here's those greenies. Should we try them?
Let's use up those
Okay. For Chewy? Okay, so hopefully, huh?
Can't find them anywhere.
The Glade candles?
Yeah.
That is strange. Okay, well, we did find about to grab some wine. Here, I'll hold that baby. Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me grab a candy bar. That butter thing is probably like $5. We're so good on gas. I ain't gonna lie to you, when Trump is on his deathbed, I ain't gonna give a shit. I'm gonna feel the way I feel about dude from now until he dies. I hate his guts. I'm not gonna be all like toning it down. I'm not gonna take my hate for him from a 10 to a 7 just because, you know what I'm saying? When his time comes, fuck that. He's still a shitty ass human being. We're all gonna die. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, I won't be busted up. For sure.
Because to me,
I also feel like that just today, or whenever they said that, I feel like that really showed his true colors.
Mm-hmm. He was still talking shit.
Right, because I was surprised that Trump didn't.
His people probably told him not to say nothing shitty.
Right, because it's president to president, like you have to have respect.
He hasn't had any. He's been talking shit about Joe Biden forever.
Exactly. So, but I was surprised that he didn't say like, oh, this explains a lot, or, you know, but it really showed who J.D. Vance really is by him doing that.
He's just a long piece of shit. He's a long fucking curve. That's what he is. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about none when they, I don't care. When Trump dies, I'm going to laugh and smile. I don't care who's listening that don't like it. He turned this world upside down so much. And he's a hateful, racist son of a bitch. He is.
Yeah.
He spent all 2 presidencies fucking people over. You think I'm going to feel sorry for dude when he dies? Hell no. I'm going to cheer that shit on. And I have a right to feel that way. Just like people have a right to feel how they feel about it. Don't condemn how I feel, but then say that how you feel is the best way to feel. Look, guys,
oh, sure, thanks. I don't think so. I just have to, I can pay on the screen, right? Yeah, of course. Okay. Just let me know if you need anything. Okay, thanks.
I didn't even see them come up to the car. Cold World Podcast. I'm not sure. We're getting a car wash, y'all. what's this one? Jilly's. Yep, at the Jilly's, y'all, out there in Glendale. It's a lot of activity out here. It's packed out here. It's only 3:30 in the afternoon.
If you have a coupon, wash ticket, or prepaid card, scan it on the barcode reader now.
Okay.
Pay with credit card. If you have a coupon, wash ticket, or prepaid card, scan it on the barcode reader now. We look forward to seeing you again soon. You're welcome. Please pull forward.
There's no other way to pull. Let's get this car washed out. Shit, the inside needs it more than the outside.
I know.
Y'all know the inside of y'all car be dirty, get dirty every once in a while. Not dirty, it's just kind of, you know what I mean, just a little messy, a little bit. Make sure all the windows get sprayed in the face because the window's open. Yeah, baby. Can y'all hear all that? Probably.
They do have free vacuums, though.
They do have free vacuums.
So we can do that after.
Shit, I'm gonna light up a cigarette. Can't open the windows. Ooh, that'll be nasty. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. All right, y'all. We were gonna bring Chewy with us, but he would have probably been freaking out inside the car. So, dude's name was Michael Lee Wright. So, basically, I'm going to just tell y'all what happened real quick. So, on April 28, 2025, Jacksonville police officers responded to a mobile home for a reported seizure. Supposedly, dude overdosed on dope or whatever. So, this dude, 40-year-old white dude, his name is Michael Lee Wright. They said he had become combative with the paramedics and all that shit or whatever, and they had handcuffed him, transported him or whatever, and then they were saying at the hospital he was becoming aggressive and all that, blah, blah, blah. They restrained him, sedated him or whatever, and then that was it or whatever, right? So on May 3rd of this year, they're saying his girlfriend and him were getting into it. She was scared or whatever of him. So she had left. The morning of May 4th, she came back to get her stuff, right? And then she was saying that while she was there, he was throwing shit at her or whatever. So she left. And that's when y'all heard her on the thing calling the police. They came over there, and that's when he came out. I guess he had some scissors on him. He started beating on the police car and all that shit. Police reversed, drove for it, you know what I'm saying? And ended up running dude down and ended up killing him and shit. Shot dude, yep. If y'all want to check some more of that story out. But that's the gist of it. All right, y'all.
No, but I love Oprah. I'm her biggest fan. Oprah got her nigga wake-up call. All that money, all that fame, they wouldn't let her in that store in Europe. And when she put on that makeup and whipped that hair, Oprah, darling, come on in. But I love Oprah. I love Oprah. I'm her biggest fan because she tricked white people. Oprah tricked them. Oprah came out at your mama with a degree and Lord have mercy and big and fat and black and crying and child. They gave her $1 billion and she turned into Dorothy Danders right before that. She's a skinny, pretty thing now. Oprah said, you thought you had a colored girl. No, you have a cover girl. I will be on the cover of the magazine. Oprah, see how quiet white folks are? You're right, nigga, she tricked us.